Hey everyone, this is Jake Heaps here in the 710 studios, here with you post Apple Cup. Now, if you remember, the video that I did last week was talking about how WSU's offense and Gardner Minshew are going to attack UW's defense and how Jimmy Lake is going to scheme and prepare Washington's defense to handle this air raid attack. And to me, again, that was the whole key to this game. Yes, Myles Gaskin was fantastic, set record numbers, not only for Washington, but also in the Pac-12. But again, the whole matchup was WSU's offense versus Washington's defense. And let's dive into that. So the first play here is simply going to be essentially it's a perimeter screen to try and get James Williams, a guy who's been extremely dynamic all year, a guy who's really hard to tackle in space, try and get him the ball on essentially a perimeter screen. So what they're going to do, Washington State's offense, is they are going to give the illusion of a run play here, and they're going to fake a run to Borghi, and they're going to have James Williams essentially try and get into the flat and get out there with speed and have the WSU receivers block the defensive backs in the perimeter and get him in space to run after the catch. But what UW does a fantastic job of, and they did this the entire game, was to force WSU to throw short and rally and tackle. And man, did UW's defense do that. If you look at this next clip, the whole key to this is, again, staying assignment sound. Myles Garrett does a fantastic job of keeping his outside arm free on the receiver. And as a defender, you are taught to do that if you have contained responsibility. Why? Because what it does is, as you keep your outside arm free and you hold the edge, you're going to force James Williams to cut back inside, and you have friends to help. And so as you go to the next clip, you are forcing James Williams to attack, and you've got guys like Myles Garrett around the ball. You've got Ben Burke-Hervin, who's flying everywhere, and Taylor Rapp, again, was all over the tape, just flying in, making tackles. And again, this thing showed up time and time again. UW's defense did a fantastic job rallying to the football all night long. And it wasn't just one guy making a tackle. It wasn't just two guys making a tackle. Normally, you saw three hats to the football at all times. So you could see that they were highly motivated, rallying, making tackles, and again, the whole emphasis was eliminate the run after the catch. So let's go to the next clip here. So again, simply as Washington State, what they're trying to do is they're trying to run their normal concepts down the field, okay? And as they do that, Gardner Minshew has continued to, throughout the game, decide to check it down and trust all season long that guys like James Williams and Borghi and his receivers in the short to intermediate pass game can not just make the catches, but make the run after catch. So after Minshew looks down the field, he throws a swing route to James Williams. Williams makes the catch, and oh, guess what? Not just one, not just two, but you got three hats around the football at all times, eliminating the run after catch. Okay, so that was a big piece to this whole game. Then finally, the concept I talked about last week, simple mesh concept. Washington State's going to try and dress it up. They motion the receiver here, but simply at the end of the day, it's just mesh. Guy running here, guy running here. You have a dig route here, and you're going to have a clear out route on this side. Washington has been prepared for this. And again, defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake had strong comments after the game saying, look, WSU, we know exactly what they're going to run. They haven't changed the entire time I've been there as a defensive coordinator. It makes my job easy, makes us able to prepare and match their patterns on defense, and they were able to do just that. And as you see here, as the play develops, the big key, what Washington did a fantastic job of, was, yes, they kept their eyes on Gardner Minshew, and they didn't drop outside their zones, but the other part is they didn't run. You don't see anybody turning and trying to run with these meshers. They stayed very disciplined in their zones, and again, they kept it simple. They trusted their responsibilities. They just simply did their job, and everything fell into place. So now, once you go to the final part of this clip, you got both receivers set here in the mesh. The dig route behind them, it's really tough to get into these windows, and you've got Taylor Rapp driving on that dig on the back end, so it forces Gardner Minshew to get outside the pocket, try and create space, trying to create guys open, and they were simply not able to do that because UW did a great job once Gardner Minshew got out of the pocket of finding the nearest receiver and sticking to him. So again, schematically, UW won this matchup. Gardner Minshew and Washington State, you can talk about the snow all you want, and yes, that did play a major factor in this game. But again, it simply comes down to schematics, and UW has had the advantage over WSU for numerous years. And until Washington State changes things up, I don't see that happening anytime soon.